Good evening and welcome to the Invictus Racing League's PlayStation Performance League British Grand Prix, brought to you in partnership with GridFinder.com and sponsored by Nailcoat Hall. I am Tim, back once again, and with my co-commentator, as always, who has finally recovered and not a moment too soon. Malk, how are you doing?
You alright, Tim? How you doing, mate? You alright? All good? Very well. How you doing, mate?
Well, I'm all good, but I think that a lot of people that are watching want to know if you are doing all good, Malk.
I'm doing very well. And it's good to be back after, let's say, a few week break, shall we say. So I couldn't miss it for the world to miss out. Couldn't miss out on the final race of the season. And what a race to be iconic at the British Grand Prix, as always, Tim.
Yeah, and you said it, Malk. This is our final race of the season, and what a season it has been. It has been a season of triumphs, ups and downs, a few wrecks, a few safety cars, a few what in the world is going on moments, but at the end of the day, here we are for the British Grand Prix for our final race of the season and our final race on the F1 2021 installment. So let's just talk about the championship standings. Now, as you know, Smoke still leads the driver standings. Now, previously it was his teammate, Russman, who was his closest competitor. However, Russman has decided to step away for the remainder of the season, so that brings Speed Queen 80 into second place. Smoke has 204 points to Speed Queen 80's 188. And when we talk about clinch scenarios, that is when it gets a little complicated. And big thank you to Joe Hamster, who actually filled in for you, Malk, for giving us these scenarios. Yeah. But Smoke needs to finish P9 tonight to guarantee that he will win the championship. If Speed Queen can finish first with the fastest lap, then Smoke must finish outside the top 10. Of course, there are more scenarios than this. Speed Queen must outscore Smoke by 16 points to snatch the title away from him. So a pole, which equals 2 points, and the fastest lap, which equals 1 point, will help Speed Queen in that fight. Speed Queen has to finish at least 4th with no additional points, 5th with the fastest lap, and 7th if she gets both to have a chance to take the title. Now, all of these scenarios pretty much mean that if Speed Queen is going to win the title, Smoke has to not finish the race. Now, technically speaking, there is a way for Speed Queen 80 to win the title and Smoke still finishing, but when we're talking about how consistent that Smoke has been this season, I think that the only realistic scenario is Smoke DNFing and her getting the title. Would you agree on that?
Well, for Speed Queen to make sure that she gets into a chance of winning the title, I mean, that would be ideal. That would be absolutely ideal for Speed Queen to make sure that Smoke does not get any points at all. But from what I calculated the other day, the maximum that Speed Queen could get, if she gets pole, fastest lap, and the win, all in space of tonight, her maximum could get 216. But obviously Smoke has got 204, so 12 points. So Smoke needs to get 9th, at least 9th, to stand any chance of definitely confirming the title. But I do agree with you, Tim. I think he has got at least one out. It's going to be very tough because the last time someone has got the top, the three, the hat trick of pole, fastest lap, and the win was back in, I think it was round 3. I think it was BXN Roberts. So. And we haven't seen that since, so it's going to be a very difficult situation as we speak, Tim.
So Smoke, we're watching him now as he's going through Maggots and Beckett's, and of course Chapel Corner coming up here in just a second. So he needs to finish in P9 tonight in order to solidify the title that he has worked all season long to try and win. However, though, the constructor standings is also just as tight. Now, Smoke and Russman, they said from the beginning of the season that their main focus was the constructors, and beyond that, anything else was a bonus. But they are en route to winning the constructors and the driver's title. If Smoke wins the title tonight, then no Michael, no, should also win the constructor standings. They have 393 points to Speed Spud's 358. Speed Queen 80 and Sir Spud, of course, driving for Speed Spud. So you were talking about how obviously the best way for Speed Spud to have a chance to win the constructors is getting a 1-2 and once again Smoke not finishing the race. So really the best thing that can happen for Speed Queen 80 and Sir Spud tonight is for that Aston Martin to not finish.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, the last time that Smoke has won, had the DNF, sorry, of a race was back in. I think it was the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix, which you could not make in that one race. That was the race where everything was changing. Like, as soon as we came back from the break, he lost the momentum, and everyone thought, oh, he's going to lose it now after getting four wins on the bounce and the fifth podium on the bounce. I just can't see Smoke make a mistake tonight. That's the problem. I cannot see Smoke get a problem tonight. So it's going to be very difficult. But again, with Invictus Racing League, we like to see a lot of unbelievable scenes and unbelievable racing. Do you remember a few seasons ago, Tim, when we had 4 cars? You remember that? 4 cars at Vietnam, battling out for the title, and one driver who was in the lead at the time had a DNF, and someone else won it. Do you remember that? Do you remember that race, Tim?
I don't remember the season ever closing at Vietnam, so yeah, that is a complete blank to me now. I remember a crazy race at Singapore, though.
Well, crazy race at Singapore where I think it was Scope and Samu as well, so they were battling now as well. So you can't mess about with it at all. But yeah, that's how I remembered all the stats. That's what I've been going through all the time. Good evening to everyone that's joined the session. I hope everyone's all came well. If you like what you've seen so far, guys, please make sure you subscribe to the Invictus Racing League on the YouTube channel for all the live races itself. I know this is the last race of the season, but we will be back next season for, I believe we're in for the F1 2022, which is not long to go. I believe it's at the end of the month, so we're looking forward to that. So this should be a classic, whatever happens tonight, and it's been a classic this season with so many unbelievable moments, shall we say, Tim.
Yeah, it has been a fantastic season, Malcolm. I hate that you missed the last 2 weeks because they were very interesting, to be fair. But obviously, you had some health concerns which you needed to get situated. Which I've kind of got to give you a little bit of trouble here, Malcolm. You're not allowed to get sick again, okay? You're just not.
You put me under a lot of pressure, that Tim. I'll have to remember that next time when that happens. I'll be like, yeah, Tim's told me off on that, so mad series.
Next time I miss a race, you can give me grief.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Just watching some of the drivers having a bit of a battle. We've got Gel doing his little outlap now on the Alfa Romeo. I couldn't say the words then, I've lost my voice then. But yeah, he's just warming up now. He's in 15th place at the moment, so he'll try and get himself sorted. But Silverstone is without doubt one of the greatest tracks ever. And before I carry on, Tim, I forgot, I know you mentioned about Joe Armstrong. I'd like to thank him for taking over the comms for the last 2 weeks. I was wanting to start that at the start, but we wanted to try and get the permutation sorted of this race as well. So thank you to Joe Armstrong for taking over the comms for the last 2 weeks, and watched it back. He did well, considering he's not done any comms at all. Joe is slow on the first sector, Tim. He's slow on the first sector. So let's see what he can try and do. I pass it at Lovefield. Come up to Corpse's Corner. Now, I call it Corpse's Corner. Do you know why? Do you know why I call that all the time, Tim?
Oh, I don't know. Does it have something to do with Verstappen and Hamilton, maybe? And maybe a few other wrecks that could have happened there?
Yeah, so that corner is the one where people need to watch out for, because not only people go wide, that were from the F3 League yesterday, there was 2 cars side by side, and no contact at all. If you get that perfect, legendary, absolutely legendary. But Cops' corner, I call it corpses because we've seen quite a few incidences after that corner when they're trying to get out of that exit itself. And JL is just coming across the line now with a 128.562, Tim.
And you know, as we switch over to Speed Queen 80 now, I do want to make a point that you were talking about there is side-by-side racing. That's one thing that I really enjoy and one thing that I like to promote. And obviously one thing that, Invictus Racing League prides itself on is having close competitive racing. And, the fact of the matter is that when you're going through sketchy corners like that, you can go side by side, but it requires patience and a little bit of sacrifice on both drivers' parts. So pretty much the drivers are 50-50 responsible for getting through there cleanly. 50% on one, 50% on the other. So, the fact that was able to happen, Malk, I did not see the race, but it sounds like a great battle from what you're describing, and it just shows that both of those drivers exercised a lot of discipline, patience, and also just pure determination and competitiveness by not wanting to give an inch, but also respecting their competitor.
Absolutely. I think I remembered, I think it was Stephen and Fasconi, like all the years gone by. I can't believe. I hope Fasconi's alright. I'm watching back. Fasconi was one of the old drivers back in the day. I think it was season 3, 4, 5. And he got side at Cops' corner, and there was no contact at all, and it was just swell, absolutely swell. Spud has crossed over the line now with 128.577, just over 8 tenths of Michael in the Mercedes team.
And taking a look at Steven in the other Mercedes, he is on his flying lap, a 128.614, the best time for him at the moment. We're starting to get some more drivers putting some laps down. Just 3 drivers who have yet to set a lap, Maddie Sab and Speed Queen 80, respectively. Of course, Speed Queen 80, she made an attempt, invalidated, had to pull into the pits, so hopefully she can get back out there and run a qualifying lap. Remember, she has got to not necessarily win, but outscore Smoke by 16 points today to clinch the title.
Well, not 16 points. Well, you could say 16 points, but I do think Speed Queen needs to get quite a lot of points tonight. That's the crucial point of it all, because Smoke ain't messing about. He's already in 8th place already, so and that's the position that, not in 8th place, but need to be at the top to try and get a good position to finish off in the later stages as well. But Tarak has got a fastest lap of the race with 127.648. Sorry, fastest qualifying lap, 127.648. Tim.
Well, Malk, I want to see racing just as much as you do, but we still got to wait 5 minutes.
I know, we're going to wait 5 minutes on the final race of the season. It's going to be a classic. I know I keep saying it because Silverstone doesn't disappoint. It's going to be a classic wherever happens. But I forgot to mention actually to you, Tim, about the strategy that could be played on. It's definitely a one-stop strategy. Soft mediums or mediums to soft if you are outside of the top 10. Mediums can last about definitely over 20 to 23 laps. I think 23 laps is like the dead zone, shall we say. But the softs, like I said, probably about 12 laps, I think, 12 to 15 laps. But I know the mediums can last pretty much nearly majority of the race, but it'll be, we'll have to wait and see how everything goes as well. Oh, hello to Ellie and BXN and Smoke. How you doing, guys? Hope you can well. Ellie says, anyone watching 24 Hours of Le Mans this weekend? I hope so. I hope there'll be a good race. Well, good race. It's always been a good classic. Have you ever watched the Le Mans, Tim?
I've not all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces of certain races, not really enough to understand any of the drivers of the teams. That's one of the motorsport series that I know almost nothing about, sadly.
It's it's more of the endurance side of things, so you just need to be at your very best as well. Joe says, Smoke and Speaker trying to be P11 to do that quicker alternative strat. That is a good point, actually. Whoever gets 11th, or obviously 11th, 12th, I think that's the point where you need to be at the mediums to start off with. We'll have to wait and see how everything goes. Just watching Simon Palmer now on his out lap. 2 minutes 45 left of the qualifying. Can anyone try and stop Tarak with a fantastic lap of 127.648? Kes is just doing his out lap now. But who's been your driver of the season, though, Tim? That's a good question to ask you. Who's been your driver of the season?
My driver of the season. Honestly, Malk, I think you're going to have to ask me that question when the race is over, because my driver of the season is going to have to be whoever gets the championship. And I know that seems like a lazy, easy answer, but in this case, I feel it's appropriate because Smoke has done tremendously well this season. He got 4 wins in a row. He's been consistent. He's been able to, stay at the top spot and, about the top 3 for the majority of this season. But Speed Queen 80 has made a late season comeback, and even though she's not been able to win a race yet this season, she has done tremendously well in her own right, and she has maintained the consistency that she is needed to at least give herself a chance in this final race. So between those two, whoever wins the championship tonight has got to be my driver of the season.
Fair enough. I tell you what, because you said that, I'm going to do mine at the end of the race then. I was hoping you were going to do it at the start. So, got you on that one, to be fair. So, Simon Palmer just coming up to passing Brooklands into Lovefield now. He's in 6th place at the moment in the Ferrari. He needs to try and get a good start in the 2nd sector. Simon Palmer, I know he's won, I believe, a few races, but he has been on the day, he can be consistent and can produce the shocks of it all. So we have to watch out for him as well. Coming to Matikins and Beckett's the most famous corners of them all at the Silverstone track as well. Oh, he's invalidated his lap, Tim. He's invalidated his lap. Yellow flags on sector 3, Tim. Who are you watching so far?
Oh, that invalidation was so wrong. He was still on the track. He just went through the grass a little bit. I'm gonna have to watch that one back. I wish I was a steward right now. You're not a commentator now, Tim. You're not a steward. You can't go back now. You've got to carry on with the commentary. I know. But rarely do I see a moment like that with track limits to where it's just so blatantly wrong, but it was, and I feel bad for Simon Palmer. I have been in that situation so many times. I think that all of us really have, to be fair, and that's something that can really catch you off guard, and we've talked about it all season long. Those invalidations can make or break your qualifying. They can make or break your race, and it's just unfortunate, but you have to roll with the punches.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I will have to have a look back as well at the same time, but it's just fine margins that you can't afford to mess up as well. And the qualifying is now stopped, guys. The qualifying is now stopped. Delange, 1/10 quicker. He's a 10th quicker on his time. Oh, Keza's improved his time. 1:27.592. 500s quicker than Tarak. And the 2 McLarens, even though they're not teammates, the 2 McLarens in the car allocated in tonight's race, unless Delange has moved himself up to 4th. He moves himself up to 4th. Michael could not improve. Where's Tarak? Tarak is 2/10 quicker, Tim. He is 2/10 quicker coming down the hanger straight. Yellow flags up to 3. I'm not sure where that's come from. Oh yeah, it is. It's one of the Ferraris, or maybe one of the Alfa Romeos. But we'll find out now. Coming to Club Corner. And what can Tarak do? Tarak, who has had a absolute unlucky season, shall we say. Absolutely unlucky. But can he make it all up now? Oh, yes, he does. A 1:27.384, Tim.
Wow. So this is a driver who earlier on this season had 10 DNFs in a row. And now, in the final race, he has got the provisional. Actually, no, he does not have the provisional pole. He has the pole position. He was the final driver to cross that line. So, Tarak, in the final race, perhaps a little bit of redemption to what has been a mostly forgettable season for this McLaren driver.
Yeah, I mean, I think he wants the season to get out of the way as quickly as possible because he has been really unlucky, to be fair. He's been like every time when he's been trying to get the races done, he just could not get the right momentum at all. And I'm hoping everything will change sooner rather than later. But again, it's the final race of the season. Anything can happen, and Tarak has got himself those 2 lovely points.
So your official starting lineup for the Invictus Racing League's PlayStation Performance League British Grand Prix: Tarak on the pole, Keza in second, Michael Luke in third, Delange in fourth, fifth is Ginger Tiger, Simon Palmer in sixth, seventh is Smoke, JP in eighth, ninth is O'Steven Tedeli in 10th, 11th is Nitro Gash, 12th is Gel, 13th is Sir Spud, Speed Queen 80 in 14th, Maddie in 15th, 16th is Sunboy, and Sab in the 17th position. 17 drivers going to be taking the green flag for the final race of the Invictus Racing League's PlayStation Performance League season.
Oh, I'm excited now, Tim. I'm excited now because I think we're in for a classic. I can feel it. Tarak says, Mark, don't jinx it. I'm not jinxing it, Tarak. I'm not jinxing it. I'm just stating based on facts, on the racing results. That's all I'm saying. But he did say redemption night, so I'm hoping Tarak will have a great race tonight. I'm hoping he'll have a great race. That's all I'm going to say. I tell you what, Tim, for the final time of asking, who's your top 3?
Oh, I was hoping I'd get you with that one this time.
Nope. You're not getting away with it, Sunshine.
Denied. Just absolutely
denied.
denied.
Yes.
So in any
Absolutely.
particular order, I'm going to have to go with Keza, Speed Queen, and
yeah.
Simon Palmer.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is going to be tough, actually. You know what? I'm going to put it down. I'm going to say Tarak, Michael, and Keza, top 3, in any order. And I feel bad for Tarak. That's why I put him in the top 3. Michael, I kept saying he would not get in the top 3, and guess what he did a few races ago? He got himself the win, didn't he? So I reckon Michael, Tarak, and Keza for top 3. Tim.
This is your own redemption tour today, isn't it, Malk?
It is now. It is now. Definitely. Just reading some of the comments. Joe says Alpha is really slow. I'm hoping you'll get a good start. I mean, I've been told by the weather crew. Sorry, Tim, we forgot to mention about it. I've been told the weather crew is going to be dry race, but I've had some more info from my side as well. It looks like, because what we could see is the light clouds, but minimal, like 5-10% of rain. But again, it's dry weather. That's what we'll get. Joel says, "Good luck, lads." Joel says, "I think that's why Speed Queen is at the back." Yeah, because he, as we said, the 11th to 20, whoever's in 11th to 17th to 9th, they should all be on the mediums. If they're not, there's something wrong. They probably know something that we don't. Taraka says, "I'll get the win for you." Haha. I hope you do, mate. I hope you do. If you like what you've seen so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League on the YouTube channel for all the live racing itself. We are aiming for at least 10 likes tonight, guys. We're aiming for at least 10 likes. Will be a massive help to myself and Tim as the commentators for the final race of the season, and also to Invictus Racing League on the YouTube channel as well. Make sure you do that, guys. It will be a massive help. Thank you so much. Tim, they're on the formation lap.
The final formation lap of the season. Tarak leads them off. Remember, the championship battle is between Smoke and Speed Queen 80. Smoke starting in 7th, Speed Queen all the way back in the 14th position. However, it seems that perhaps popular sentiment, at least in the chat, is that the medium to soft strategy might be the preferable option, Malk. So even though Speed Queen 80 is 14th, she theoretically has the better option as far as tire wear.
Oh, definitely. That's if you was outside the top 10, mediums to softs is the way forward. If If they don't, then there's something wrong. We'll say that there'll be something wrong. Unless they didn't pick the tyre away correctly, then I'll let them off just this once. But that's what you need to be at that stage, because Smoke is in 7th place at the moment. Speed Queen is in 14th place, so she needs to get a really good start. But the other one that we haven't mentioned about is Ginger Tiger. Ginger Tiger's got a well, he would have had a chance, but it's out of the question now of the championship because he had to get the full house to get any chance. Ellie says, I'm saying Tarak, Simon and Keza for the top 3. If you're in the chat, guys, who do you think your top 3 will be as well? And we'll predict who will try and win for the final time of asking of the Invictus Racing League on the at the Silverstone Grand Prix for round 15. Can't believe this is the final race. So, Tim, they're slowly coming up to passing into Club Corner now. For the final time of asking, it's all yours.
And an honor it is each and every week, Matt. This is the Invictus Racing League's PlayStation Performance League, brought to you in partnership with GridFinder.com and sponsored by Nailcoat Hall. The drivers finding their appropriate positions on the grid. It's going to be 26 laps of racing around the Silverstone circuit to cap off what has been a competitive and very, very intense season for the Invictus Racing League's PlayStation Performance League, but it all comes to an end at the finale of 26 green flag laps, and you hear those engines revving, you hear those itchy pedal feet, the drivers watching the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in the air. No red lights. We are green for the Invictus Racing League's PlayStation Performance League British Grand Prix. Tarak getting a fantastic start already, leading Keza down into turn number 1. And through turn number 2, it's a McLaren 1-2. The Mercedes and Michael back there in 3rd. Ginger Tiger, he's making up a spot, going into 4th place. Simon Palmer already into 5th. Delange down to 6th. And looks like Gel is dropping back in that Alfa Romeo. Something's happened to him. Now he's moving back up. A lot of jostling around for a position back there.
Nigel Gus has dropped down to 12th place, so Steven moves up to 11th. And it looks like Gel was right. He was right, Tim. He moved himself up to 8th place. Sunboy moves up to 15th. Spud drops down to 16th place. But I tell you what, there's been so much battles galore. You don't know which one to pick. Matty drops down. Delange just moves up to 5th. Side by side at Lovefield. Side by side at Lovefield between himself and Sunboy. Oh my God, we could have the 2 wide scenario at Cops' corner. Here we go. Can Sunboy hold on? Delange, what a move! And one of the other Ferrari drivers, I believe that's JP, gone wide at Cops' corner, Tim.
That he did, and Simon Palmer and Delange, they were pretty much door banging, if you could call it that, down the straightaway. These cars don't have doors, but I don't think that they got the memo. Pretty much it was like it was stock car side drafting out there, except actual contact.
Oh! Sorry, Tim. Smoke's going ahead of Simon Palmer. There's about 3-car battle between 6th, 7th and 8th. Gel drops down to 9th. GP moves up to 8th. No. The 2 drivers are battling out. We don't know which one to pick. Tarak has got himself the fastest up the race at the moment with a 132.920. And Gel, who's on the medium tyre, Tim. He's on the medium tyre and he's got a good chance of catching up with these guys. Who's that? Simon Palmer's just gone way wide. And I tell you what, JP going ahead of Simon Palmer. I don't know if Simon Palmer is struggling at the moment, but he's not having a good start of this race, Tim.
And I think that Simon Palmer, he might have some wing damage. There may have been contact between him and Smoke through the final couple of corners. Not 100% sure on that, as we've got JP trying to make a move on Gel, but could not do anything with it in that Ferrari. We'll take a look at Simon Palmer and see if we can see any wing damage. He's definitely dropping back, and it looks like there is no visible wing damage, though there might be some minor damage that we're not seeing. All we know for sure is that Simon Palmer is definitely off the pace as now O'Steven goes around him.
O'Steven? Go on! Oh, get in! What a move there from O'Steven. That's a good job there. That was top-notch stuff. Absolutely top-notch. But unbelievable scenes, Steve. And I'll tell you what, Michael's getting close to Keza for 2nd and 3rd. He might make the move, actually. He might make the move. Go around. No, he can't. He's just teasing us, Tim. He's just teasing us at Stoke Corner. Here we go, coming up to Club Corner now, and I think Simon and Speed Queen is down top 10 now, Tim.
Speed Queen slowly making her way up through the pack. Remember, she has pretty much got to win this race and get the fastest lap in order to have a good chance at beating Smoke, but Smoke needs to finish in P9 regardless of what Speed Queen does, and he will win the title. So even if Speed Queen 80 won the race, if Smoke finished where he is now, then he would still claim that title. But she has to outscore him by 16 points minimum today, and that's assuming that Smoke does not pick up the fastest lap for himself.
Bit of a dilemma situation at the moment. We'll have to wait and see how that plans out throughout the race. Remember, there's
and there's contact! As JP gets into the side of Gel, and now Gel is spun off the track, and we got a yellow flag in sector 1 and 2, and Gel dropping back. Let's see if there's any wing damage. Surely there is. That was no visible wing damage on that Alfa Romeo, but I would say that the driver inside is certainly fuming. That was an unfortunate bit of contact between him and JP.
What happened, Tim? Because I was watching some of the other drivers, so I didn't see exactly what happened from that battle between JP and Gel. Well,
sadly, due to the camera angle that we were forced to watch at the moment, I cannot give you an accurate description of what happened. I don't want to place blame on anyone without seeing it fairly for myself, so I cannot say. I'll just say that if the stewards are made aware later, that the stewards will handle it.
Absolutely, fair enough, Tim. I just said I didn't see what actually happened from that perspective point of view, but I'm trying to look at JP now. JP's getting close to Smoke for 6th place at the moment. We'll have to wait and see how everything gets planned out at the moment, but so far so good for Tarak, who's pulling away by 1 point, at least 3 seconds, Tim. So fair play to Tarak at the moment. Don't want to jinx it, but he is doing everything he can to hold that lead. But Keza's getting close to Michael for 2nd place, and also Ginger Tiger really on the pressure as well, with Delange as well in the top 5, Tim.
And really, if you look behind Keza and Michael, as you actually see Keza going around Michael now, side by side, and are we going to have another side-by-side battle?
Yes!
No, Michael actually backs out and lets him go, but Keza goes a little bit wide there. He's going to have to be careful. Ginger Tiger now trying to throw his hat into the ring and get around Michael, but as they approach Maggots and Beckets, it's just not going to happen this time. Not the best passing opportunity through this set of corners. They'll have to wait till the DRS straight, but we have, guess what now? Chugga choo-choo train down the straightaway, a DRS train, and there goes Michael around Keza. Side by side for a moment, but Michael gets the move done. Keza back to 3rd. Ginger Tiger hanging on to 4th, giving Delange quite a bit of a toe behind him in that Alpine.
Absolutely. Keza's not messing about. He really wants to try and make that move done as soon as possible. Tadeli's got himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so today will not be happy with that at all. Not sure where he is at the moment. He might be just at the back of the grid nearly. But he's under a lot of, he's putting the pressure on Saab in 13th place. But Speed Queen in 10th with the mediums. Try and battle out with Nitrogash in 9th place. So pressure limitations as it goes. Here we go. Can Keza now put the pressure on? Michael's trying to stop that slipstream from Keza. He did that not last minute, sorry, I tell a lie. He did that earlier on to try and avoid that slipstream as much as possible, but Keza's not giving up. But while this battle's going on, Tarak is pulling away massively now, over 4 seconds, and he's absolutely loving it, the McLaren driver.
Yeah, tried to give him a little bit of screen time, a little bit of love, but we cannot get away from this battle at the moment. Keza trying to get around Michael once again, and we're going to have another DRS straight up here once they get past Chapel Corner, so this will be Keza's opportunity to get back by Michael, which incidentally was where Michael passed him just a lap ago. However, it's looking like Keza did not get the best of exits off of that set of corners, so Michael might be able to hang on to the 2nd position, and he does, at least for the time being. No change in position between these 4 cars. Of course, it's still a 4-car battle for the 2nd position between Michael, Keza, Ginger Tiger, and Delange. Looks like Speed Queen 80 making a move around Nitro Gash back there for 9th place, so she's slowly making her way up through the pack. Smoke, though, still in the 7th position, meaning that he's doing exactly what he needs to do and then some to win this title today.
Oh, absolutely. That's what he has to do. At least if he finishes in 9th or above, he's absolutely loving it, just to make sure. Anything higher would be a massive help to the constructors, but again, you needed Speed Queen and Spud to have a good race tonight, and there. Oh my God, Smoke! Smoke lost it. Smoke lost it after, I think it was the curve. Nigel Cash got a 3-second time penalty for multiple points, and it's caught O'Stephen off guard. I don't know if you saw that, Tim. Did you see that? Sorry.
We did, but I actually didn't notice that Smoke lost anything. I just noticed it was a bit of a close call between Smoke and O'Stephen. But apparently you saw something that I was not able to, and now look at O'Stephen getting even closer to Smoke. That's something I definitely see now, and he might have an opportunity to get by him down the hanger straight. But first we got to go through Maggots and Beckett's. And, you know, like you said, the most famous corners in motorsports, perhaps, except for maybe Eau Rouge. But now down the hanger straight, and listen to that DRS. And there goes O'Stephen around Smoke, pretty much like he's sitting still. But Smoke did not get a good set of corners that time, and it's really looking like the Aston Martin might be struggling. So even though he's only got 5 laps on those soft tires, I'm wondering if maybe already he's starting to feel some tire wear.
Maybe, but oh my God! Oh, Nigel Cash holding on for dear life against the Spud. So Spud trying to get on the inside. But we've got, as you rightly said, Tim, we might have a choo-choo train coming up soon from between Nigel Cash, the Spud, Matty and Sab between 10th and 13th place, Tim.
Yeah, and that really is just a big gaggle of cars back there. Speed Queen 80 leading this little train of cars that just behind her. Of course, Nitro Gas Smoke's car allocated teammate, not his actual teammate for today, but that could have some championship implications if you think about it now, because if Smoke is not in communication with Nitro Gas, then they are sharing a pit box. So they have got to make sure that their pit stops are timed so that one does not impede the other.
Absolutely. Sab's going round the outside at Lovefield and trying to side with Matty. Oh, that's a brilliant move. Well done, Sab. Brilliant move. Oh, that was a great move. Sorry about that, Tim. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but he went round the outside at Lovefield and gone round the outside of Matty just before Cops' corner. And I tell you what, fair play to him. That was a great move. That was a really great move. And Spud's got a chance. We've got the DRS train kicking in. Can Spud get that extra boost to get past Nigel Cash? No, he can't. At the moment, Tim, Keza, Nigel Cash and Tadelli have all got at least 3 seconds worth of penalties. Tadelli with 6 seconds, Tim.
So taking a look at Smoke now, who has gained a position back on O'Stephen after O'Stephen went for a pit stop. So after 6 laps, O'Stephen has said that enough is enough on those tires. Meanwhile, the top 7 still are out there on their soft tires that they started on, as well as Tadelli. They're in 13th position. However, Tadelli not really in the fight for the lead or the top 5 or a podium or anything like that at the moment. Unfortunately, being back there in the 13th position, just trying to recover. And it looks like he's got some time penalties to his name, too. Here's an update to our time penalties. 6 seconds for Tadelli, 3 seconds for Nitro, and then 3 seconds for Keza as well.
Absolutely. And Sab, is he going to try and do it again? No, he's not going to try and do it again. The battle between Speed Queen and Nitro, they're having a good battle actually for 9th and 8th place respectively. JP's got himself into the penalty group now. He's got 3 second time penalty now. Coming to Copses now. And Sab's just gone off the Copses corner briefly, and he got himself a time penalty for 3 seconds. So come up to Maggots and Beckett's corner now. Spud's got a chance. Nigel Cash is under a lot of pressure from Spud. He needs to get ahead. Spud is not messed about. He's going to try and make a late dash move. Oh, the old man veteran, going side by side with Nitro. But Nitro, is he bouncing back? Oh, nearly got ahead of Spud. Sorry, Tim. But Keza's in the pits, Tim.
So Sir Spud gets into the 9th position, but inherits the 7th position after some pit stops are starting to cycle now. So now the top 5 are out there on the soft tires that they started on. Smoke being at the tail end of that top 5 group. Turok still leading by 7.4 seconds over Ginger Tiger and Delange now with JP in 4th. You are watching the battle for 7th, though, between Sir Spud and Nitro Gash. This is lap 9 of 26 of the Invictus Racing League's PlayStation Performance League British Grand Prix, brought to you in partnership with GridFinder.com and sponsored by Nailcoat Hall. Big thank you to our sponsors for jumping on board, supporting the stream and the league as a whole. And I'd say that they're going to be supporting a lot of fierce battles too, because that's pretty much what this entire race has been up to this point, Malk.
Yeah, it's been battles galore, and we couldn't get, I felt bad for Tarak because he's pulling away like 9 seconds against Junior Tiger in that McLaren, and it could be one of his defining moments of the season after the struggles with all those DNFs, which he'll be the record on that. To be fair, just looking at Nigel Gash now, will he bounce back against the Spud? A bit of a gap. I don't think he might get the chance on Stoke Corner, but Speed Queen still putting ahead. A few drivers have just gone into the pits. I think it's just like and Delange. Spud and Speed Queen, they're both teammates. Even though they're in different cars, they're both teammates. So these guys need to be at their very best to keep the momentum going with the points that they need for the constructors. But at the moment, Tim, they're doing everything they can. But Tarak's still in the lead, Tim, after 10 laps.
Speed Queen 80 working her way up into third now due to that strategy of starting on the medium tires. Of course, she started in the 14th position, so that has been a huge climb up the standings. And now look at Keza, a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. What kind of incident happened to give him 10 seconds?
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to have a look now. He's just gone into the farm corner. He's just gone, a few drivers have just gone past. Not sure what happened. I think Kez is saying he cannot believe. Oh, some boy's out, Tim. Some boy is out.
And we have a safety car.
We've got the first safety car. And ironically, in the F3 League yesterday, there was no safety cars at all. There was no safety cars. And now we've got our first safety car of the evening.
Now, Mount, what does this do for Speed Queen 80's race? Because she cannot get to the end on soft tires. That we know.
It's a very difficult, very, very difficult position at the minute because I feel, actually, Speed Queen is actually going to the pits. Speed Queen is actually going herself into the pit. But remember, Tim, she's very good at the tyre management. I keep saying this every single week. She's very good with the tyre management. So if she can keep those softs as long as possible, if she goes on the softs, there's two possibilities. One, she'll be hoping that there'll be another safety car. She'll be hoping for that because the pit stop at Silverstone is one of the longest. Remember, this is one of the longest pit stops. So, and also Simon Palmer is out of the race as well. So Sunboy and Simon Palmer are both out of the race. It's a shame on the last race of the season, but hopefully we'll see a few differences. But Speed Queen got herself out into 7th place on the softs. Spud in the lead now in first. Tarak on those medium tyres in 2nd place. I can't see. I really, really cannot see anything different other than Tarak, because Spud has to pit. Spud has to pit for fresh tyres in for the softs later on too.
So let's talk a little bit though about Speed Queen versus Smoke here. Speed Queen's in 7th, Smoke is in 10th. As we've said, Speed Queen needs to outscore Smoke by at least 16 points today to win the title, and that's assuming that Smoke does not get the fastest lap. Speed Queen 80, she did not get the pole, but she can still get the fastest lap, and that would pay dividends as far as her championship hunt is concerned. She is on soft tires now, and we have 15 laps left in this race. Is it possible at all that if this race goes green, that Speed Queen 80 can make it to the end on these soft tires without them screaming?
That is a good question, actually. But I will back Speed Queen because she, as I said, she's good with the tyre management. Of all the years that she has had at Invictus, the tyre management is one of her strategies. Can she get the softs all the way to 15 laps? I think so, but I reckon by the time it hits lap 22, 23, that'll be the defining moment. Unless she's very lucky that there'll be another safety car by the time we hit lap 20 to 22.
So you're predicting that Speed Queen can make it, but unfortunately she will, as to be expected, be struggling there toward the end. However, she does have the benefit of the safety car laps and the fact that there is less fuel in that car in her favor. So that can help diminish the tire wear a little bit. It might be minimal differences, but when you're cutting it this close, sometimes you need those minimal differences. And besides, championships have been won and lost off of minimal differences.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I tell you what, I mean, don't get me wrong. We'd love to see the drivers hold the tyre wear for as long as possible, and try not to make those tyre wear screaming. Remember, it's like cloud, so the track is not like really like smoking hot or anything like that at all. So the tyre wear will be a little bit, let's say, colder. You know what I mean? Like a little bit not as worn out so quickly than what we would expect it to see on the softs. But again, I can see it going all the way to the end. But it's going to be the last 3 laps that's going to be a bit of a struggle. But again, as I said, I will back her all the way to make sure she will make it to the end. Just reading some of the comments, sorry. Tina says, go Michael, get your second win this week. Joe Hamster, good evening mate. Thank you so much again for taking care of the commentary from the last 2 weeks. So softs will 110% go, tyre deck very low around here, she will make it to the end. That's what Joe Hamster will say, but that's what I'm trying to think, because if she gets stuck with the battles, that's where the tyre deck is going to be a little bit difficult as well. And it looks like we're off when we're back racing now, Tim.
That we are, and Sir Spud actually getting a decent start over Turok, considering the fact that he has got 12 laps on those medium tires. Turok, of course, a fresh set of Dr. Feelgoods on that McLaren, but a little bit of a slide through turn 1 for Turok is not going to help his tire wear at all, and maybe a slight lockup from what I was hearing as we were riding on board with him, but he is slowly eating away at that gap between him and Sir Spud and closing it, so Turok should theoretically be overtaking Sir Spud sooner rather than later. Just behind them, there is a battle for third, JP and Ginger Tiger, with Ginger Tiger getting very close and even flirting for a minute with getting by that Ferrari. But of course, without the DRS active at the moment, that really puts these drivers at a big disadvantage for these first few laps. But Ginger Tiger still pilling out, at least trying to make something of it. Couldn't make it work, so he has to fall back in line and goes a little bit wide there. He's got to be careful to avoid that. However, what Ginger Tiger does have working to his advantage is the fact that JP has got a time penalty, and here's an update on our time penalties. 3 seconds for JP, 3 seconds for Nitro, as well as Sav, 6 for Tadeli, and still 13 for Keswick.
Yeah, Mad Seas. Oh my god, they're going down the hanger straight. Who is that? That is Delange. Ginger Tiger goes over ahead of JP for 3rd place, but Delange and Michael having a good battle for 5th and 6th place. Hello Courtney, how you doing, mate? You alright? Okay, well. Michael's got himself ahead of Speed Queen. Oh, Speed Queen! No, they come up to Abby. They're coming to Abby corner. Going side side. Oh, please tell me she's hold on. Yes, she has. She's hold on, and she might get the corner, and she has. A bit of contact between herself and Michael, and I tell you what, Stephen, he's done a cheeky little move by passing Michael, saying, well, there you go, mate, I'm going to go around the outside the curve and the farm, and I tell you what, I'll give you that corner. Ginger Tiger goes back up to 3rd, Delange in 4th place, JP drops down to 5th, Tim.
Yeah, JP definitely going the wrong way here after that restart. He's got the same tire life as most of the drivers ahead of him, that being Turok, of course, Ginger Tiger and Delange, 1 lap older tires on those medium compound at the moment. But let's go ahead and take a look at Speed Queen 80 once again. Now, those soft tires really paying dividends for her early on in this run, and I suspect that that's one reason why she was so easily able to make that move around Michael, as we saw there just about a lap ago. But Speed Queen 80 now trying to catch JP, and without the DRS once again, she is at a big disadvantage. But next lap, she should have the DRS, but the 2 Mercedes behind her are battling out, and someone did not tell Michael that he didn't have the DRS because he was gaining on O'Steven as if he did.
Absolutely. Have to wait and see how everything goes. Have to wait and see how everything goes from that perspective. Jalika's goes at the fastest of the race now, 1:30.252. Courtney says, what championship standings is in this current order for Smoke, Speed Queen? So at the moment, Smoke will win the title because at the moment he's still got the points. But Speed Queen needs to get 16 points or more as long as Smoke does not get any points itself. But at the moment, because Smoke is in 10th, in 9th is definitely the confirmed with the drivers itself. But at the moment, Smoke has got himself a second hand of that title in the drivers and also the constructors. The way things are going at the moment, Tim.
So riding on board with Michael Luke as he's trying to give chase to O'Steven, his car allocated teammate for today. Should have DRS down the hanger straight this time, so perhaps Michael will be able to do a little bit of a switcheroo around with the Mercedes and almost had an overtaking opportunity through Beckett's right there, as you saw, because O'Steven having a bit of an issue through there. However, Michael had to back out of it. Very smart driving there, and Michael does have the DRS, but guess what? So did O'Steven. They were stuck in a train, so Michael Luke not being able to move forward this time. Speed Queen 80 just ahead of them, though, slowly closing in on the Ferrari of JP. But my question is, how long until those soft tires start to fall off? Because I suspect that those tires are going to start falling off at the same time that the competitors around her on fresh mediums are going to start gaining a little.
Yeah, that's what I said, near like lap 20 to 22. That's where I did say lap 23, the last 3 laps of the race, which will be the way that the tyre will go. Oh my God! Who's that? That was Gel. And who's that on the top side? I think it was a McLaren. I think that was Keza. They were going balling out. I don't know what happened to Gel itself. I'm just watching the back, but Keza going ahead of Matty for 11th place. And a good move actually from that perspective, but there's so many battles galore. JP going to the head of Delange. Oh my God, JP getting ahead just before Cops' corner. But can Delange hold on and keep the pressure on the Maggots and Beckett's corner? But this is the way forward on this stand the hanger straight in a moment or two. And this is going to be insane. We've got the two Mercedes battling now for 7 and 8 respectively. This is where Delange needs to make the move done now on JP. And Delange has now made the move. He does make the move, Tim.
So Delange up there in 4th place now, but not comfortably at all. JP right on his tail, as well as Speed Queen 80. And guess what? She is pretty much bringing the rest of the field with her. If you look out the back, you got 2 Mercedes. Then you got Nitro Gash in the Aston Martin. And guess what? She's behind him, another Aston Martin. But Nitro Gash actually having a big battle back there with, who is it actually? Looks like O'Steven. So O'Steven dropping back down to 9th now. Nitro Gash into the 8th position. Speed Queen 80 still stuck in his train of cars. And she is right behind JP, but pretty much with nowhere to go. Should have a DRS zone here, but she's going to be stuck in a train. I don't anticipate a lot of overtaking this time around. JP might have an opportunity on Delange, though. When he goes underneath the Alpine, it's going to be a side-by-side battle between the two, but who will get the job done? It's going to be JP in the Ferrari. Delange has to fall back in line. Speed Queen 80 had a brief moment of opportunity there that she was not able to see, so she has to stay in 6th place for now.
Yeah, for now, but we'll have to wait and see how everything goes. Keza's moves up to 10th. Smoke drops down to 11th. But as I said, the tyre wear, the medium, should last 23 laps at least. 20 to 23 laps. But Obviously, Spud has a 3-second time penalty at the moment in second place. There we go down the hanging straight now with the DRS. Michael is just trying to chase all these choo-choo train moments, and Delange just goes overhead of JP in a good move actually at Stoke Corner, Tim.
Very good move from Delange, and I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of that for the rest of this race, Malk. It's just drivers swapping positions down the hanger straight. That is by far the longest straightaway that you have DRS here on this circuit, so it's the most logical opportunity to make an overtake, and the drivers expect it, but there's not a lot that you can do to defend against a driver who's charging with DRS open. So the only thing you can do is maybe throw one block, turn on your ERS, and just hope that you're able to defend the position. And as you can see, JP that time was not able to defend against Delange. But will Delange be able to defend against him this time? No, he will not. So once again, the two drivers just pretty much trading positions on the racetrack.
Tim, from third place all the way down to 10th, 11th, maybe 12th. They're all like pretty much under a second. Unless I'm mistaken, there's a bunch of cars. They could all have a chance to get themselves into the podium, at the podium itself. But this has been a mad start since the restart of the safety car itself. But we're going to see how everything goes, passing to Beckett's corner. I couldn't say the words then. And if you like what you see so far, guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to the Invictus Racing League YouTube channel for all the live racing itself. We are aiming for at least 10 likes tonight, guys. We're aiming for at least 10 likes tonight.
And Michael going around the outside of Speed Queen 80, almost some contact between the two, but Michael gets the job done, and he will have the inside line. But Speed Queen 80 fighting hard on the outside and not taking no for an answer. The outside turns into the inside, and Speed Queen 80 goes from 6th to 5th place now, just ahead of Michael. But looks like Michael, he's starting to gain a little bit of speed there in that Mercedes. Of course, we were talking about the performance differences at the beginning of the stream between the Alfa Romeo and the Mercedes. So Speed Queen 80 at a big disadvantage there compared to Michael. But Speed Queen 80, a very quick driver in that Alfa Romeo. She pretty much knows that car like the back of her hand at this point.
Yeah, we're have to wait.
And here goes JP. He's looking underneath of Delange, but not able to do anything with it that time. So no swapping for positions down that straightaway. Maybe once we get to the hanger straight, we'll see more swapping around. But Speed Queen 80, she's going to be looking to follow JP wherever he goes, because if he can get a move, maybe she can get a move too.
Absolutely. You have to wait and see how they go down the straight. Coming to Beckett's corner. Remember, Speed Queen, Nitrogash in the top 10 with the stops and challenging for 4th and 3rd in a month or two. The way it looks at the minute, it looks like Michael is not messing about. He wants to try and make this move done down the hanger straight. They're going to stop side 2 in a bad moment now. And Michael no, Speed Queen, hold on. Speed Queen holds on for Dylan. No, she's lost it. She's lost it at 5th place. But JP Delange, 2 in a bad moment, passing club corner. And, contact between Delange and JP. Oh my God, no. They're coming to Abbey Corner. They're going to Abbey Corner, then can't afford to make a mistake. Speed Queen, Stephen have got themselves a penalty, at least 3 seconds worth of time penalties. That is not good news for Speed Queen, at least, Tim.
Yeah, Speed Queen 80, I'd pretty much say that kills her championship hopes with just a few laps remaining. Something happened to Michael, though. He had a moment off of that corner, and he lost a lot of ground to the drivers ahead of him. And now it looks like Speed Queen 80 able to get around him, as is Nitro Gash. Steven not able to do anything with it, though. What's happened to Michael?
I'm just trying to have a look, Tim. I think the back end just completely lost it at the curve itself, but hopefully he'll try and get himself back. We've got Soberside again at the Copses corner. Oh, the two Mercedes panning out. Oh, this is what we love with Invictus, because there's so many balls come up. 2 in a bad moment, Magnus and Beckett.
And Michael made a move, and then there's some contact between the two. Steven, maybe with some wing damage, dropping back off into the grass, off the track. No no time penalty for O'Steven, but it's 3-4 wide for a moment down the hanger straight with the McLaren of Keza in the grass. Now Keza trying to make some moves up. O'Steven still dropping back. He's in a P12 now. Keza in the P11. Maddie in 10th. Tedeli in 9th just ahead. How many drivers just lost positions that time? O'Steven just dropped like a rock. Michael hanging on to 7th place now. Smoke just behind him in 8th. My goodness, what did we just watch, Malk?
Pure racing. Couldn't say any more words at the moment. Keza is retired from the race. I think he's retired in the pits. Yes, he has. He has retired because he has over 15 seconds, so he would have had a DSQ anyway at the end of the race itself. But Speed Queen and Nitrogash battling out for 5th and 6th place. It looks like JP and Delange are also battling out. Tarak holding on for dear life. Holding on for dear life. There's like a 5-second gap now between himself and Ginger Tiger. I think O'Steven got himself into the pits. He must have had damage, front wing damage, from that perspective. So there might be a few words between O'Steven and Michael at the end of this race. We'll have to wait and see how everything goes at this point in time. But Delange is getting close to JP. Now, I said, Tim, watch out for lap between lap 20 to 22 between Speed Queen and Nitrogash. So we'll have to wait and see how everything goes from that perspective. But again, the softs are holding on. They're holding on greatly as well. So Spud has got himself another time penalty as well. So he's got, I believe, 6 seconds worth of penalties. Tim.
So Nitrogash in P6 now, Speed Queen 80 in P5, Smoke in P8. So Nitrogash, Speed Queen 80, those are the two that are on the soft tires that are running the highest on the board. But of course, Speed Queen and Smoke, they are locked in this championship battle. Here is Smoke, your championship leader, and if the race were to end right now, he would win the title. All he needed to do was finish in the 9th position, and no matter what Speed Queen did, he would get that. Well, he's running in 8th, so he's doing all that he needs to do today. He just needs to finish. It's lap 22 of 26 of the Invictus Racing League's PlayStation Performance League British Grand Prix, brought to you in partnership with GridFinder.com and sponsored by Nailcoat Hall. Big thank you to our sponsors for jumping on board, supporting the stream and the league as a whole. This is the final laps of the final race of the season for the Invictus Racing League's PlayStation Performance League, and what a tremendous season it's been, and what a heck of a race it has been to cap it all off.
I told you it's going to be a classic. And I tell you what, Michael, Nitrogash has not messed about. He's trying to keep on the racing line, and Michael's getting himself zoomed past Nitrogash with that DRS, all those medium tyres as well. So Nitrogash needs to try and keep up with the pressure now. But yeah, it's mad scenes. But the best battle we've seen so far is between JP and Delange. It looked like they were going to be. There was that contact at the corner where I thought they were going to lose it completely. But these two drivers, they ain't messing about. They want to try and get into that last podium position. And Ginger Tiger got himself another time. His first penalty of the season, of the race. Sorry, with 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings too.
Yeah, unfortunate for Ginger Tiger, and that might even take him out of contention for a podium. However, it's actually looking like he might be fairly safe with that. He's 5 seconds ahead of JP, and it looks like, that is 5 seconds behind Tarak, my apologies, but even still, he is ahead of JP by quite a significant margin, so Ginger Tiger might still be able to hang on to this podium spot. However, it is JP that's at risk of losing the podium, because Delange is right there behind him, half a second behind him to be exact. It looks like he might even be able to get an overtake down the hanger straight once that DRS is active. And you see JP and Delange both actually struggling a little bit through Maggots and Beckett's and through Chapel Corner now, but there's that DRS active, and Delange closing in on JP very, very quickly, looking like he's not actually going to be able to get the move done this time. So Delange is going to have to try it at least another time. He's got 4 laps to do it, though. 4 laps to do it, turning into 3 now. Lap 24 of 26. Tarak still leads over Ginger Tiger. Of course, there is Tarak. We need to give him a little bit of love. We need to give him a little bit of screen time. He's not been involved in a battle all day long, but he has ran a fantastic race, not all the same.
He has. he had a I will say this, and I feel bad for saying it. He had a terrible season this season when he's had 10 DNFs. But I'm hoping that this race will be his best race ever. And I'll tell you what, he's not messed about. He wants to try and get a good race to top it all off for this finale at the Silverstone Grand Prix itself. Joseph Smoke will see the deal as it is, right? Yeah, he will win the top. He will win the constructors and also the drivers. Yeah, Tarak, sorry, Joe says, how is Tarak leading? He DNFs all the time. This is why I said before, as soon as I said he would knock in the top 3 again, guess what he did? He had his first top 3. I think it was at France, I think it was. Today he's got himself another time penalty. He's got 12 seconds with the penalties, so that's not good news for Tadeli as well. But Michael is getting close to Delange in 4th place. JP holding on for dear life. We haven't mentioned about the ERS or anything like that at all, because there's been so many battles galore, we just don't know which one to pick. And Saab getting himself ahead of Matty. No, to tell a lie. Saab, Matty, pick a position. Which one are you picking? 10th or 11th? Oh my God, what was that? That was close between Saab and Matty, and he couldn't. I don't know if he's got wind damage at all, but Saab had to go wide, and Michael's got himself the fastest up the race with a 129.612.
So watching JP Delange and Michael, these 3 cars battling out for that final podium position. Michael, of course, in prime position to take it away from JP, but Delange in great position as well, running 4th and 5th respectively. So, you know, Michael, he's another one of those drivers that we were talking about, Mac, to where it just seems like things always go wrong. He gets the pole, then he doesn't win a race, then he finally does get a pole and win a race, and then last week he got the pole and didn't win the race. So it's kind of like he's the qualifying version of Tarak. Tarak has had 10 DNFs in a row this season alone, and it's been a struggle for him to overcome, but it looks like maybe today can finally be his day that he gets some redemption. Michael, running in P5, can also get a little bit of redemption, and I want to stress, Michael has not had a bad season. It's just that there's been a few races to where we thought he was a shoe-in for victory, and it just didn't come to fruition. But he might be a shoe-in for a podium today, because he is making a move around Delange down the hanger straight with 2 laps to go, but he has to back out of it because JP was in the way. So it's a side-by-side battle for the 4th position, which will turn into the 3rd position after the race is over. No time penalties for Delange or Michael, so this is straight for position that you're watching. It's the final lap, though, and Tarak leads over Ginger Tiger by 6.1 seconds. This is the final lap of the season. Smoke is in 8th place. Smoke needs to finish in 9th no matter what Speed Queen does, and he will have the title won. It's just one more lap and he will be able to call himself a champion. One more lap and Tarak will be able to say that he won the British Grand Prix, and one more lap and Delange or Michael, one of the two, will be on the final spot of that podium. It's been one heck of a season, and it all comes down to this. JP, with that time penalty, it's not going to go in his favor, unfortunately, in that Ferrari. But here is Tarak, your race leader and potentially your race winner if he can make it through one final sector. Meanwhile, here is your championship leader and potentially your championship winner, so long as he is able to finish this race, which should not be difficult at all. Tarak down the hanger straight for the final time, but we will join this battle for the final podium spot because Michael's making a move around Delange, and this is going to be his last opportunity to do it, but will he be able to actually get it around the outside? It's going to be a side-by-side battle. Meanwhile, Tarak, he is rounding the final corner, and Tarak will win the British Grand Prix, and Michael will get into 4th place, but then drops back to 5th, and that is it. Delange is going to get the final spot of the podium thanks to JP's time penalty, and here is your potential champion. Just one more corner to go, and Smoke in the Aston Martin for No Michael No will win the constructor's title and the driver's title. Congratulations to Smoke on his first championship in his first full-time season in the Invictus Racing League.
What a race, what a unbelievable season for Smoke. Well done to him, he has done an absolute stellar job. and unbelievable. And congratulations to Russman as well. Unfortunately, he had to quit a few races ago, but I think we would have had a bit of a battle between them two had he not retired earlier on later on in the season. But well done to Tarak. He has won the British Grand Prix, an absolute stellar job. Ginger Tiger finishing in second and Delange in the top three. Well done to those three drivers as well as Smoke. We'll get them in as quickly as possible, guys, so we won't wait any longer. We'll try and get them in. Ginger Tiger has just got himself into the commentator's box. We're just waiting for Delange and Tarak. And tell you what, we will have the final time of asking Tim for this season the classification. And driver of the day is Matty.
And I'd say that was fair. And Malk, you asked me who my driver of the season is. Well, we just got our answer. It is definitely Smoke. A fantastic championship season that he put together. It was going to be between him or Speed Queen 80, and he won the championship. He gets that title. But your official finishing results for the Invictus Racing League's PlayStation Performance League British Grand Prix. Tarak in first, Ginger Tiger in second, Delange in third, Michael Luke in fourth, fifth is JP. Smoke, your champion, in P6. Speed Queen 80, the runner-up in the championship, in P7. A hard-fought battle, just couldn't quite seal the deal. Maddie in 8th, 9th is Nitro Gash Sab, in 10th Tedeli in 11th, 12th is Sir Spud, O'Steven in 13th, 14th is Gel Keza in 15th, Sunboy in 16th, and Simon Palmer in the 17th position.
Absolutely, an unbelievable scenes. We're just waiting for some of the drivers to come in. And I tell you what, it's been a blast, hasn't it? Today, it's been it's been a blast for the whole season. We're just waiting for Tarak to join into the commentator's box, as well as Smoke if he's available. If he's not, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable season, and we'll get them in, and we'll see you in. I'll try and get them in as quickly as possible. But Tim, what's been your best moment of this race and your best moment of the season?
Well, of this race, I have to say when they were battling down the pit straight, it was Michael, Speed Queen 80, I think, and maybe Nitro and O'Steven. It was 3 or 4 cars that was in such a tight battle there in the closing stages of the race that is definitely my moment of this race. And, it was a fantastic race. And I don't think I've ever seen a race where there was virtually no challenge for the lead and it still be that entertaining. But that's what the British Grand Prix was today. As far as my moment of the season, I'm going to have to go back to what really seemed to be a turning point in this championship battle, and that was when Smoke won his 3rd and 4th races in a row. He seemed very humbled after both of those victories, and it sort of got a monkey off of his back when he won his first race. Then he won his second. Then he went 3 in a row, and we're like, oh my goodness, we can't believe this. Then he went 4 races in a row, which, to our knowledge, had never been done before. So that was really the turning point in that championship battle, and that's also my moment of the season, was when he was able to clinch that 4th victory.
Yeah, I think that momentum when he had like 3 or 4 wins in a bounce, and then he had the 5th podium. I think that was the catalyst of it all. But then he had a little bit of a struggle, like just after when we had the break, where he did not have he had a DNF at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and then the momentum was just completely lost. And I thought, oh no, Smoke's hopefully not going to lose it completely. But he kept his cool, kept his momentum going, and he's absolutely delighted. I'm sure we'd like to hear his thoughts in a moment or two. We've got the top 3 drivers and also Smoke joining in with the commentator's box. We'll do this very quickly. If you are in the commentator's box, please make sure allow voice to be shared is set to always allow. If you're not sure how to do it, go to the party settings. There's an option called allow voice to be shared. Make sure it's set to always allow. So while the drivers make sure they've got themselves ticked and ready to go, Tim will be doing the questions to the top 3 first, and then talk to Smoke about his drivers' championship and also the constructors, by the sounds of it. as well. He has done a magnificent season, and we'd like to see what's going to happen now. Rain says it was good to join and watch this wildcard Realistic Performance League. Plenty of great races and performances. See you for now. Yeah, I'm glad you joined in, Rains, and I hope you had a classic to watch as well. Guys, are you all set, ready to go?
Yeah, ready.
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah, I'm here.
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, I thought it was going to have a no response, to be fair for everyone, but I'm glad everyone has. So, Tim, I'll let you do the honours for the top three and for Smoke with the Drivers and Constructors Championship.
And we're going to have to talk to our champion first and foremost. So, Smoke, it has been a long time coming. I know that you mainly focused on the constructor standings with Russman. Well, between the two of you throughout the season, you all successfully did that today, but you said that the Drivers' Championship would be a bonus, and you have not only won it, you've won it in your first full season in Invictus. Did you anticipate that this is the result that you would have at the end of the season?
No. Obviously, I did want it. I played it down. I'm actually shaking at the minute because I didn't think I was going to do it. No, for the driver's title, I didn't expect to get. I'm over the moon with it. I'm gutted that I wasn't actually able to pass Speed Queen on track, as I would have preferred that, but she has so much pace this tail end of the season. Her consistency was near on bulletproof. So yeah, she pushed me quite hard. In terms of constructors title, I have to put it to Russman. His consistency through the season, without his little hiccup towards the tail end, and obviously missing the last few, he deserves that title just on his own performance. So I thank him for that. He's been an absolutely brilliant teammate. I just wish he didn't leave. So yeah, I'm just don't know what else to say.
So it's been 15 races, and you have been able to say that you have been the overall champion throughout those 15 races, but it's not that simple. How were you able to keep yourself mentally strong throughout the entire season?
Short answer, I didn't. I'd actually given up after the season break because I changed my job, so I had less time to practice, so I thought I was just going to lose it after that. So I'd actually given up after Saudi. And then, yeah, somehow just managed to just keep scoring points. Just enough to keep me ahead. But, yeah, it's been a good season overall. However, I will admit that it will be my last for quite a while. I'm taking a break.
So you are taking a break from just league racing in general?
Yes.
Well, I have to say that I am sad to hear that, but I am glad that you get to go out on a high note, and really the highest of notes, with the championship. And we do wish to see you back in Invictus as soon as you are willing and able, and we congratulate you on your championship.
Thanks, Tim.
And now we'll talk to our top three finishers. So, Turok, I'm sorry, but we really did not see you through most of the race today because you were just so quick and so far ahead. But what was it about Silverstone that really agreed with you today?
I don't think it was Silverstone. Maybe the car was. I was a little bit comfortable with it, and yeah, I was able to just throw it into corners easily, and yeah, that helped me a lot. And by the way, Silverstone is not a track that I prefer, so I don't know what happened here.
Well, maybe today Silverstone just preferred you. Regardless, though, you were quick. Congratulations.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, congratulations to Smoke as well.
And now we will talk to. I'm hoping I'm getting this right. It was Ginger Tiger in P2, was it not?
It was, yes.
All right. You see, the time penalties really threw me off. But first and foremost, Ginger Tiger, how did you overcome that time penalty to still finish on the podium And what would you say was the catalyst through the race to really put yourself in that position?
I mean, first and foremost, congratulations to Smoke for winning the championship, and Tarak and Delange for podiums in this race. Regarding myself, I had a reasonably good car, but it was not as quick as the Mercedes engine shod cars. So it was a case of just try and keep the penalties out. I was a bit disappointed, but as long as I could keep those, I think they were about 5 seconds behind me. I knew Michael was coming, and Delange was there or thereabouts. He didn't have any penalties, so it's a case of keeping those 3 seconds back, really. And I wasn't going to catch Tarak far too quick today. Just happy to finish on the podium.
Well, you ran a good race. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now we will talk to our third place finisher, Delange in the Alpine. So, Delange, you had a very close battle there at the end for that final podium spot, but ultimately you were able to win out. How were you able to successfully defend against so many DRS charges?
Well, first of all, congrats to Smoke. Brilliant season, well-deserved champion. Enjoy it, man. And also for Tirach, of course, with the race win. But yeah, at the end, the final two laps, they were incredibly hard to stay in front. But I could actually use JP's car as a bit of a slipstream and as a block for Michael Lutke behind me. So if I was getting behind JP, there was no way to go for Michael Lutke as long as he was on the outside. So that was my only aim to do on the Hanger Straight, and it worked out. But yeah, I think I could have fought for P2 during the safety car. JP, his car, I'm not sure what happened there, but it was on AI. He wasn't controlling it himself, and the first couple of laps after safety car as well. So yeah, Ginger got past, and I didn't. So I lost the DRS to him. So that's a bit frustrating, but still really happy with P3.
Well, congratulations on a job well done.
Thank you.
And with that, that is all the time that we have. But it has been a fantastic season, and it was a fantastic race. Congratulations to our champion. Congratulations to our top 3 finishers. Thank you to everyone who watched, and thank you to all the drivers that raced with us. This has been the Invictus Racing League's PlayStation Performance League British Grand Prix, brought to you in partnership with GridFinder.com and sponsored by Nelcote Hall. And until next time, have fun, and goodbye.